Congrats, Daniil. How happy are you with your performance today against a quite tricky opponent?
Yeah, performance could be better, I think, but the win is a win, and I was playing better during the match. He played great, I felt, so it was a big win because same last year on slams when people played good against me. I was struggling and, well, basically lost the matches, so I'm happy that I managed to win it, turning it around, and playing better and better throughout the whole match. So pretty happy about this and looking forward for next rounds.
Daniil, after losing the first set, did any thoughts flash into your mind of last year over here?
No, not really, but more in general that, okay, well, you don't want to lose the first set, especially I was in the tiebreak serving for it. And I made the serve, which was not great, not bad, and he slammed it on the line, the return, and then slammed one more forehand. So I was more thinking about this. I was like, could I maybe serve a bit better this one? And then I was like, damn, why did it drop on the line and not a bit out? And then step by step, I went out to change the closes, and this usually helps a bit to kind of refocus to how do I win this match now? Okay, it's one set love to him. This we cannot change. So then the first game was pretty so-so from my side, and I got broken. But still, need to try to win the match, and I'm happy that I managed to turn this around and break him many times actually after in the match.
Hi, Daniil. A lot of current and former players have been starting podcasts in the last couple of years, and you're someone who seems to enjoy the interview format. I'm curious if that's a medium that appeals to you, if you'd ever start a podcast, and if you did, what kind of guests or topics would you like to talk about?
I would say probably not, but it depends the circumstances, because I don't know, some people start podcasts just by themselves, some start with the help of some other people, and so it depends, but I would say probably not, because no, actually, you know what, like 5 years after I finish my career, never know, but probably like first 5 years would just enjoy time with the family, do some things I love, and podcast is probably not one of them yet. And then step by step, a bit later, who knows, but again, now it's definitely not on my mind.
Want to talk about tennis at that point?
I'm not sure, because it's a very tricky road, and for example, I don't listen to them, but you always get this like how you call it, I mean parts where like you look for a minute. And for example, I respect Roddick a lot, because I feel like he never goes at the players, so he's very like respectful and tries to just, as you say, talk about tennis, super respectful. And then there are some guys, and it's normal, because once you get maybe not used to doing interviews anymore, and some of them do like one per year and just slam the whole tour. And that's what I'm going to be very careful with, because that's why I say maybe I would not want to talk about tennis, because I don't want to be this guy that finishes his career and then goes like, yeah, these guys, they don't know how to play anymore. When I was there was Alcaraz, Sinner, and these guys now, they're just amateurs. So I hope I'm not going to be like this. And if I am, I'm not going to give interviews.
Mine.
Well played.
Thanks.
One of the unique things about tennis is that you share a locker room with other players that you go out and play against. I'm curious, like, are there ever any like awkward moments that come out of that, whether it's with your opponents, you know, before or after a match, or even just like, say you go in and someone's really upset after
That's a very good question, because probably like 5-6 days ago, I was speaking to my coaches. They're both here, Rohan and Thomas. Rohan was coaching on the tour like what, maybe 20 years ago, or yeah, around 20, maybe even more. And Thomas was playing kind of at the same time. And I only know locker room since I came in, and to be honest, I always said it's super like friendly. Yes, in the court sometimes we can, I mean, never fight, but we can have a chat here and there, and maybe there is, I don't know, 2-3 guys out of the top 100 you don't like. But in general, it's a super friendly atmosphere. Everyone laughs, even sometimes before the matches or after the matches. If you're really in good relationship, you can kind of laugh it off. And so I heard from them that 20 years ago, it was as toxic as it could be. That's what they say. So I don't know if it's ever in the podcast or something, but I heard some stories from Thomas, and I'm never going to reveal them, where I was like shocked. And I was like, but that's why you guys finish early your careers, because it's constant like pressure. Like he told me some stories where it's like, you know, from when you wake up, you're already under pressure. You go into the locker room, you're under pressure. I know our locker room is great. It's very chill, very relaxing. You see Alcaraz and Sinner sharing the jets or whatever. So, and I think it's good, because that's what makes us enjoy tennis and enjoy the tour.
Someone said they don't like when people don't say hi to you. You know, if you don't greet someone in the
Well,
locker room.
it depends on the culture. For example, when I came from Russia to France, it was a bit tough for me because it's just in different countries, it's a different etiquette. So in France, you have to say literally to everyone you see, hello, how are you? In Russia, you don't. If you don't know a person, you kind of don't say hi to him, and you say only to your friends. And so in the beginning, like I could go to a shop maybe and not say hi to not the owner, but the guy, the cashier. And he would get mad at me. I was like, damn, what did I do wrong? So step by step, you get used to it. And I feel like in the locker room, I mean, pretty much everyone says hi to everyone. So.
Behind.
Daniil, congrats on the win.
Thanks.
A Ukrainian player yesterday said that she doesn't think Russians should be allowed to compete in international tennis tournaments. She also condemned players, including yourself, for competing in an exhibition match sponsored by a Russian major oil company that has links to the Ukraine war, sorry. I guess what's your reply to that?
Yeah, I mean, in general, I respect all the opinions of all the people I try. I mean, on the court, actually a bit different, right? But outside the court, I respect all the opinions. But that's her opinion, and honestly, I don't have anything to say about it.
Daniil, there's a lot of talk about the slowness of the courts, heaviness of the balls in tournaments around the world. How does the Australian Open compare to that this year, and in particular, sort of the two stadiums that you've played on so far this year?
Yeah, I already said in Brisbane, I think for sure it's been a talk for a long time, but I do feel like court's getting faster. Like I heard Hong Kong is super fast. Brisbane was pretty fast as well. I feel like Australian Open is not slow. I'm not going to call it fast because you do see some rallies and maybe aces a bit less than in Hong Kong or Brisbane, for example, but it's kind of medium speed or maybe even tiny bits to the faster side. And same about the balls. I've been the biggest probably at one point, I would say, crying about balls and this and that. I do feel like they're getting better. It's still the reality is that rackets change, courts change, games of players change. Now everybody is ripping the ball, and we still have the same change rules of balls. This is maybe something to look into because I don't know when this rule of 7-9 was implied, but if it's like 15 years ago, maybe. If it's 40 years ago, it was a different story. But again, in general, I think that's what I feel right now, that we're being heard and pretty much a lot of variety on the courts and on the balls as well.
Last two here, Charlie.
Well done. A lot of Russian players have switched nationalities last year. I just wondered if that's something you've considered and as well if you understand kind of those players' reasons for doing that.
Well, as I just said, 100% understand and respect because, that's something you can do, basically, especially in sports. It's even maybe a bit easier than for other people. I never really considered this because I believe in, where you are born is important, and politics and other stuff is a bit different. So I never considered this, but again, zero, a lot of players change and I'm friends with them, and I'm friends with a lot of players in the locker room, so it's their choice.
Last one.
Daniil, what's your expectations against Fabian? You've beaten him twice, and you trained together several times, so maybe you know each other well.
Yeah, I feel like we know each other quite a bit now. He's been on tour maybe for 2 years. We practiced a couple of times, we played, so he's a very strong player, fiery, can beat a lot of top 10 players, so he can play very well. And that's good to know this because, I'm going to be ready for a very tough match. I need to be at my best to try to beat him. And, that's basically what I'm going to try to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.